It's time to add more adventures to our story. In the process, you'll discover just how much easier programming gets when you can reuse methods many times. Hi, I'm Annette Gotland. I'm the author of the Do-It-Yourself Java Games books. I teach Java programming through creating games. Welcome to the video version of my books. We're currently in the Text Games video series, TG, the first of 4 types of games series. The focus of this series is to cover the fundamentals of Java programming. No previous programming experience is required. You'll learn how, when, and why Java programs are written the way they are. This series has 16 projects. We're currently working on the 6th project, TG6, Choose an Adventure. In this project, we'll create a program for an adventure story where the reader chooses what should happen next, as shown here. This is lesson TG6.4, where you'll learn about reusing methods. At the end of lesson 6.3, we created several methods for what should happen if the user chooses one of 3 adventures. In this lesson, we'll create some new choices, as well as offer some of the same choices again from other places in the program. First, what will happen if the user chooses to go up the hill? Exercise 1. Go up the hill story. Pause the video if you need more time in any of these exercises. If you want to see how I would complete any of the listings, please refer to the completed listings at the end of this video. Replace the code in Go Up the Hill with code to print blank line followed by, on my way up the hill, a girl joined me. She told me her name was Jill. She was carrying a pail. There's also a trail of breadcrumbs going down another path. Next, continue adding to the code and Go Up the Hill to print. Should I A. ask Jill to join me, or B. follow the trail of breadcrumbs? Get input from the user and put its value into a string named choice. Next, continue adding to the code and Go Up the Hill. Use a switch statement based on the value of choice. If the user enters an A, call Go with Jill. If the user enters B, call Follow breadcrumbs. If the user enters anything else, call Go Up the Hill again. Hint, you'll get syntax errors because the first 2 methods don't exist yet. Finally, create the methods Go with Jill and Follow breadcrumbs. Each method should just print a message for now. Run it. What happened? If you choose the option to go up the hill, you should get the newly added story with 2 more options. Choosing any of the 2 new options should print a statement confirming that it called the selected method. If you entered anything other than A or B, it should have printed the same Going Up the Hill story again. Did you notice the code is very similar for each new part of the story? Can you enter the next part of the story without so many clues in the listing I provide you? Exercise 2. Go with Jill. Replace the code in Go with Jill to print the story, I was so much enjoying listening to Jill's stories. I didn't notice a branch across the path. I fell down. What happened next? A. I broke my crown and Jill came tumbling after. Or B. The beans fell out of my pocket and immediately sprouted a beanstalk. Hint, don't forget to get input from the user and to use a switch block. You might want to just copy and modify code from a similar method. Call broke my crown and sprouted a beanstalk as options. Add the new methods broke my crown and sprouted a beanstalk. Hint, print messages for now. Methods can be called more than once. For example, if the user chooses to follow the breadcrumbs, we could have the next options called methods you already created. Exercise 3. Follow the breadcrumbs. Replace the code in Follow breadcrumbs to print the story. I followed the breadcrumbs for a while. Jill had to go to her grandmother's house. Before she left, Jill warned me about the cottage in the woods. Should I A. Go with Jill? B. Check out the cottage in the woods? Call the 2 methods you already created, Go with Jill, and check the cottage. Run it. What happened? If you chose to go up the hill, then follow the breadcrumbs, you should see the new story and options. If you then chose to go with Jill or check the cottage, you should see messages confirming that the correct method was called. By now you should know how to write the code to continue this Choose an Adventure story on your own. Exercise 4. Add more to the story. Here are some ideas for further adventure. Broke my crown. The crown was all I had that identified me as a prince. A frog crossed my path, and there's a cottage by a pond. Should I kiss the frog or see if anyone is in the cottage? Check the cottage. In the cottage are 3 bowls of porridge, 3 chairs, and 3 beds. Should I eat the porridge, sit on a chair, or take a nap in the bed? Plant the beans. A tall beanstalk sprouts. Should I climb higher to maybe see a way out of the woods, or cut the stalk down? Climb the beanstalk. I see breadcrumbs on a trail. Should I come down and follow the breadcrumbs, or continue climbing to see what's beyond the clouds? Exercise 5. Export your program. Export your Choose an Adventure program if you want to run it outside of Eclipse or to share it with someone else. Refer to G6.4 Export a Program for a demonstration on how to export any of the games in these videos. Key points and more. Reuse methods. Methods make it easy to reuse code. If the same code will be used in more than one place in your program, put it into a method. Then call the method from all the places that use that code. Here are the completed listings for all the exercises in this video. This is the end of the last lesson in the Choose an Adventure project. I included this project in this video series to introduce you to long strings, switch statements, and methods. The methods you created all had empty parentheses. In other words, they did not have any parameters. In the next project, TG7, finish the name game, we're going back to the name game one last time. You'll learn how to create method parameters and how to use while loops. That will allow you to play the game again, entering a new name each time you play. We'll be adding this Play Again option to most of the games in my videos.